Next up on the list, Carson Strong. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, Carson Strong. Thoughts on him? Let you go first.
Worst performance. Stock down for Carson Strong. It's unfortunate.
Oh my God.
Didn't get to see that strong arm. I didn't get to see it.
Lord, Deke, just fillet that man, bro. Why you gotta cook him up like that, bro?
It's sad. He just looked uncomfortable. His pocket awareness was kind of weird too.
Yeah.
He would step up in it, but almost he would step up into where the defensive lineman right were. He was able to get some passes off. But no, he just looked a little uncomfortable. That's all. The pick was pretty bad too, underthrown. That would have been a good opportunity for him to show if he pulls off that pass that he threw the pick on, you'd have been like, oh, holy shit, this guy's the real deal. Now, maybe he just finessed it. It's not like the arm strength wasn't there. Just didn't judge it too well. But no, he probably had the worst performance, I'd say.
Yeah. With Carson Strong, I'll just say this. Senior Bowl definitely wasn't his best performance, but don't close the book on him.
No, I'm not.
Like that's my only thing. And this is with any of those quarterbacks. And this is why even when we talked positively about Sam Howell, what did we say? It was like, yo, it was just one game, small sample size, so we got to compare and contrast. But with Carson, it was a rough go. I mean, a couple of things that jumped off. First off, he had to fumble QB center exchange under center, something that he doesn't do a lot of. Part of that isn't on the center, part of that's on the quarterback. I don't care who you put it on. At the end of the day, I looked at the film showed the snap going up there. You got to have your hands there. You got to get that ball. It's that simple to me. I didn't like that part. I also thought that as a whole, it wasn't just on him. The center did cost him a little bit on that first drive because not only did he have the fumble under center exchange, but then you also would see some of the ball placement. Yeah. And I thought that as a whole, it wasted an opportunity for Carson. Because when you talk about a game like this where you're at best getting 3 series, you can't have one series go to the trash because you fumble the snap yourself. Then the center gives you 2 kind of wacky, shotgun snaps. So that was a wasted rep for me. The short-armed interception, I don't think he misjudged it. I think he, when I watched it again, it was footwork. He never steps into it. Even though he transfers his body weight, he doesn't do it like how he's done it on tape. When I've watched Carson Strong on tape and he cuts it and unleashes that arm, he's stepping into it and he's driving. Now, part of it, I'm asking myself, is it the tackle? Was it the old lineman that was in front of him? Because it was some pressure. It wasn't a ton of pressure. I still felt like he should have been able to step into that thing and throw it. But was that a part of it? I think it was in a sense, but as a whole, mechanically, he has to be more sharp there because you can't have that type of stuff happening where you're underthrowing deep bombs. Because if you can't do that, like what are we talking about here? You don't have the mobility. Yeah. So your best attribute is your arm strength.
Yeah, he was missing some of those short passes too.
Yeah. So it's like for me, when I think of that, I say to myself, like, I'm not concerned about his arm strength. I do think his arm is still crazy strong, probably the strongest in the class or one of the stronger in the class, but mechanics, he has to be better there because you can't have throws coming up short and causing turnovers because your mechanics being the issue. The other thing that I thought about him, I just said that I didn't think he ever got comfortable. You know, when we talked about Malik, we talked about Desmond Ridder, we talked about Kenny Pickett. We said all 3 of those guys look extremely comfortable. They operated with a sense of maturity, with this a level of, hey, this is what we do. I got this. With Carson, I just never got that sense. Now with Sam, he didn't look as comfortable, but I felt like Sam just used his toughness and did the gritty part. Right. Whereas with Carson, it was just like, almost like, man, you smack a person, you catch them off guard, and they never recover. And it's just kind of like he just kept backing up. I did like one thing that he did, though. He had a nice throw right over the middle of the field where he steps up in the pocket, throws it tight to the tight end. It's 3 defenders around. That is tight end, too. Yeah, it was. Absolutely it was. Because he had the tight end, he had the receiver in there. I thought that play looked really good. And I thought that was more of what I saw of him watching some of his Nevada tape. And that's why I was a little disappointed with Carson that didn't pop up more. I know you're not going to wow people with your athletic ability. I think they said that he had a knee injury from high school, and that's why he's never really been able to like improve his mobility and stuff like that. He still deals with it. But it's like, man, if mobility is not your game, you have to be a crazy, efficient, and accurate passer. We said, man, you can survive in this league and still be successful in this league without having mobility, but you have to be very accurate. You have to excel and be above average to an exceptional passer. You have the arm strength in Carson Strong, but the accuracy has to be more consistent. And to me, I think it's more footwork related with him than anything based on what we saw in the Senior Bowl. Now, I'm hoping when I go back and watch more of this Nevada tape that kind of goes back further away. But if it's not, I still don't think he's not, worth a flyer mid-round type situation because, like I said, the arm strength is there. The size is there. The mobility, though, is not. So if you don't have that, you got to have the other alternative, which is pinpoint passing accuracy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's anything to completely write him off about. Just sucks for him and probably his draft stock because he was maybe borderline. I don't know. People weren't really talking about him first round, but
but it was in like second and third round. Yeah,
I don't know where this drops him to. Maybe he's still there. I don't think it raises him up to first round because maybe he had that potential.
Correct. I think him, no different than Malik. They could have done more to bump themselves up. Malik did, and now we're talking about Malik potentially going earlier. Whereas with Carson, he had that opportunity. I don't think he seized the moment, and now he's kind of where he is. Some people might even say a step back because when you talk about quality of opponents, you're playing in Nevada, you're going against Boise State, you're going against Wyoming. I believe Wyoming's out there in that conference as well. Like it's the Mountain West, stuff like that. It's different when you're playing in the Senior Bowl and it's, oh, that guy played at Georgia, this guy played at Bama, this guy played at that school, and etc. Now you don't, we're going to get a chance to see, all right, can you process this as fast? Can you hit this guy when it's a little bit tighter of a window? Like I said, he showed one particular throw that he did it, but I just needed to see a lot more of that. And we just didn't get that chance to see it with Carson. This show is brought to you by Draftking Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. And they have something new going on this time, Deke, because we know it's the big game this weekend. Y'all know we can't say the big game. We got to go to the big game. Y'all know the game I'm talking about this weekend, the big one with the team from LA and the team from Cincinnati. You know them two teams we talking about, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, what DraftKings Sportsbook is doing for all of the first-time users out there, baby. If you use the promo code MOATS, like it always is, on this bet this week, for the big game, 56-1 odds. Okay, so you got the team from LA, you got the team from Cincinnati. Put your money down on one of them. Okay, 56-1 odds. So essentially, a $5 bet will win you up to $280 in free bets. Now, this is the kicker with this, right? So to break it down for you, you put your $5 in on the LA team, right? You're like, I like the LA team. They got a kid, from Pennsylvania that I happen to like a lot. All right, we win the bet. Boom, we get that 280. From there, you take that 280 and now you can use that to bet on anything and everything you want right on DraftKings Sportsbook. So
great deal.
Stop wasting time, bro. It is a great. I mean,
can I say this about
DraftKings? Talk about it, bro. Absolutely.
I really don't like betting hockey, but and one of the reasons is a lot of these betting apps don't have nice same game parlays that you can use. They won't allow it. I go to DraftKings. They have some really nice ones, and I really appreciate what they're doing with the hockey betting.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to put money on the big game, get your 56-1 odds. Or if you want to put money on the ice, baby, either way, use that promo code MOATS. But, Deke, we also know that at times, some people have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
We know at times, Deke, some people can overdo it.
With the big game coming up, I could see that happening. I mean, so many props.
It is the big
So many
game.
parlays you could be doing.
I mean, it is the big game. So with that being said, with the big game, I got to do it like this, okay? Because if you know someone, or if you happen to have a gambling problem, crisis counseling, or you might need referral services, well, Deke, I got to tell you, you got two things you got to do. First off, you need to dial 877-8-HOPE-NY, okay? For my New Yorkers out there, 877-8-HOPE-NY. But for everybody else that's not living in New York, y'all know what y'all need to call. Y'all need to call 1-800-GAMBLER. I say, you need to call 1-800-GAMBLER.